Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for SteveArts89. Well, I did a video yesterday about some of the first reactions to Section 31 because some people had managed to see it, not me, of course. I did that video and I just put it up, and then I saw that they had a premiere and now there are reactions coming from the shills, because you don't get to be in a premiere without being a shill, because they would never invite someone like me who, would be objective or tell the truth about something like Section 31. It's the people who are going to say nice things and good things so they get invited back to the next premiere, and the access media, basically. So the spin they're putting on it, because apparently the criticism that I'm hearing, which is not that far from the early reactions, is that the show actually fails on every level. The film fails on every level. It fails to be Star Trek, an intelligent science fiction story. It fails to be what Section 31 was promising to be, which is a dark dystopian, opposition to Star Trek, the sort of counter to Star Trek, where it was going to be violent and full of action and, swearing and violence, and just be very dark and the opposite of Star Trek. Apparently, before the revisions from the original sort of idea and what Alex Kurtzman was promising us, or promising New Trek fans, it's basically just the Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, and it just softens everything and fails on every level. It fails to be Star Trek. It fails to be a anti-Star Trek, dark and gritty. It's just a bunch of lame dialogue and lame action, and it really is just, Guardians of Section 31, which was sort of what I thought they were going for, but I thought they were just going to ruin that by trying to be dark and dystopian and evil and pessimistic and everything. And apparently they're just trying to copy Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just really lame. So no one's going to be happy with it. Unless you like Guardians of the Galaxy, and any version of it, any copy of it, will sort of make you happy in the absence of a fourth film, or the series going on past the third film. So that was sort of interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. I sort of, like I said, I knew that the whole genesis of this whole, which kind of precedes Guardians of the Galaxy, this sort of ragtag rebel group. It's basically Star Wars. I sort of saw that in it, obviously, and I thought they were going to sort of focus on that, and I thought there might be some sort of hint of Section 30 of Guardians, but I'm hearing from a few people who've put out their reactions now that it's trying to be this sort of retro sci-fi action sort of style Guardians of the Galaxy, film, and I don't know if that's better or worse. I mean, it's lame. But I guess it's better than them trying to deliberately be dark and violent and ugly, because that's not what Star Trek is. Star Trek isn't Guardians of the Galaxy either, but that is closer to Star Trek than what they were trying to do with Section 31 and what they thought Section 31 was and what they want Section 31 to be. So I think it's going to disappoint everyone, like I said, because people who want the anti-Star Trek, the sort of dark, criticism of utopia and Gene's vision, saying, oh, we can't have that. We have to have war and violence and terrorism, and have to justify crime and espionage and all these things because, it's just the delusional sort of, elites that sort of have this federation that we saw in Star Trek. And in reality, it has to be dark and violent and MAGA and all that. And those people aren't going to be happy. And the people who want Star Trek, who want intelligent science fiction, sophistication, they're not going to be happy. But I guess if it's just a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, then maybe you'll like it. I don't know, but I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I think I'm going to leave it there. Between those sort of two sort of the shill reactions who seem to be sort of trying to sell it as, hey, it's a fun action adventure like Guardians of the Galaxy, which means it failed at what it was promising and what it should have been. And then there's other people saying it's just what we would expect. It's just Discovery style anti-Star Trek Star Trek. I think it's between those two things is what I'm guessing. Because of course I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen any scenes. I haven't seen anything at all. Nothing nefarious has happened. No one has any access to this at all. No one's seen anything except people who've gone to the premieres, of course. But yeah, it's pretty. It's just pointless. It's just pointless. They've just failed on both sides. They've failed to give us a Star Trek film. They've failed to give us the sort of, I guess, the promise of what Section 31 could have been, even though it was anti-Star Trek and I hated the idea of it. At least, you know, it had its own thing. It could have been and done. And instead they threw all that out and just tried to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it's just... I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe.